Jessie Dahlberger said Mrs. Pogrant. Grandma Ardeen said the name of Rena Adler and described her as sister by somebody named Carol, being the mother of 4 pregnancies of babies that were born and released into the public. I met this person, Carol, but she didn't say she'd been pregnant 4 times. She didn't bring that up. She didn't mention it. Did she forget to mention it? Hi, I'm Carol, and I was pregnant 4 times. She didn't say that to me. Well, that's one expensive pizza no matter what. She had a slice of pizza in a shopping mall in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And I remember her eating it, and I'm a little bit, I want to say down or not depressed, but maybe she was a little bit unhappy. And she was, stress eating a pizza. You think that's enough leverage so that she wouldn't have to say, I've been pregnant 4 times and had 4 babies. They're all girls and I don't know where they are. Well, I am testifying that I myself have never been pregnant, even though I am accused of being the outcome of a pregnancy of Carol, and she had 4 pregnancies altogether, including mine, myself being in her, So I have not been pregnant is my testimony, but I'm actually not holding anyone to it. You're not supposed to believe me when I say I've not been pregnant because pregnancies are showing in public right now. So I have to wait until my self-deceased out of the door locking. I have to see you in Superior Founder. And if there is the question that's asked by somebody to myself, have you been pregnant? I assume you're not going to come strapped with about 10 house keys and $10 million worth of accumulated debt in the bank that you spent on yourself and your debt to society, including a legal alive human being, shunts that you alived with your own heartbeat, with yourself alive and eating food and going around in traffic, high-speed traffic, airplanes and everything, and you want to ask me in the afterlife if I've been pregnant because you think that I'm a bad example for the children and I should be far away from you and your house keys and your $10 million of debt accruing in alive. And then, of course, cars and high-speed traffic, fun, if you're an athlete or if you want to be one. Yeah. And if you had a pregnancy, you might accuse somebody else of having a pregnancy. Or what if you've been pregnant and you accuse somebody of making you pregnant? So how am I going to keep the boyfriends away from myself? If I don't want to get pregnant, how do I keep the boyfriends away from myself if I didn't ask them for anything? Well, I can't accuse a boyfriend of making me pregnant. No. So that's waiting till the afterlife as well. I'm already extinguished. Before I'm alive all the way through my lifetime, I'm extinguished at all times. If you see me, I'm extinguished. But I have to extinguish myself ongoing. I do that with myself. And that means, unfortunately, I lost the Godhead, genitals on the Godhead. By the genitals, I lost the mutilated genitals on the Godhead before I could appear in afterlife court martial and superior founder where I can testify that I've not been pregnant, that I did not sue a male for making me pregnant, that I did not sue a male for child support for a baby because I am threatening him, that I think he's responsible for the baby. I just can't uh, do that while I'm alive. I can do that in deceased, but I already lost the genitals on the Godhead just by the money being plundered. So what I would like to see in the afterlife is where did the money go? Because God knows, God in heaven knows where the money is, but I don't see that yet because I have a head and genitals. So I'm waiting for myself in the afterlife to see where is the money that I've been missing. A lot of it. Pregnancy is due inside of a walled-in prison with deceased address, and I would like for the pregnancy to decease the address because it's showing. So if the female goes into a jail and says, I'm pregnant and I need to be held, because I don't want to show my pregnancy around society because that's unpredictable. So I need to be in a prison permanently with the baby inside me or wherever it is, because that way you don't have to say, yeah, it's a 9-month pregnancy. I want to induce labor. You don't want that. So you go with the pregnancy into a jail or a prison, into prison to decease the address and stay there. And it's true that you should have been there before the pregnancy for the other reasons that are about yourself. The pregnancy, that's really something that's not yourself, but it's due in the prison anyway. And so that's another problem is I have sex offenders trying to make me pregnant, but I have a clitoris. You terrorized my clitoris more than if I had been pregnant and then I had to go to prison and die. I don't actually have any in to the prisons because I create prisons. I can't get into the prisons, but I can't stop a sex offender because he's not due in public. That's the same thing as if he's a sex offender in a restaurant, in the middle of a restaurant, in front of all the people in the restaurant who are eating. If there are, I don't know, 30 cars in the parking lot and 100 people inside of a restaurant, and the sex offender wants to attack me in the restaurant right on the table in front of everyone there, that's what I think about him trying to follow me to where I fall asleep every night. What makes you think God doesn't know what you're doing? You terrorize my clitoris more than it's worth to know you anymore. Of course, and you make me talk over it with the same Godhead. I don't have a death on it yet. Yeah, but that's not why. You don't have to talk to me. But look at all the people in the world. I'm not really uh, possibly able to decease the strangers. I can decease myself, and it's not deceased yet. It's just not. And you keep talking to me right over my clitoris has been terrorized by Charles Toe, and you think that it's a fuck? I don't know. If do you know what fuck is? And what makes you so sure that you know what fuck is? That you're not in prison. Well, that wasn't in dispute at the time. I don't actually know most of you. Let's say all of the state of Nevada. I don't know the state of Nevada back in the state of Arizona. So you're really quite assertive to say that this is a fuck, and it's yes because you're not going to prison. For my pleasure, if you will. And that's true that you belong in prison anyway because you have a legal genital penis. So what are you talking about over your penis? Because that's very far in the wrong. I'm none higher than he, deceased right here. And if you talk to me over your penis about that you're not going to jail for my sexual pleasure here in alive, then that's you talking over your penis to what? Because something in heaven made a penis on you that was not pleased with you. The females are castrated. Penis is not paid for that way. If the male is angry about the other uh, people in the world, the people in the world that have the castration of the penis. But what I would say is, from my point of view, it takes as much potency of God to castrate the penis and make it female, to make it possible for me to get through that you are strangers. If you are a stranger with the penis and you talk to me about myself, I just don't know how. I just don't see where that's coming from. I don't have a penis alive in this body. I don't have what it takes to speak to you. I just can't. I can't talk to you. I can't speak to you. I can't communicate with you. You talk over your penis, and I just can't help myself. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die the lowest death ever. So, what would you like to know about myself deceased? I don't have enough money very soon to be here anymore. The pink stuff. Well, somebody gave some cleaning fluid solution called Fabuloso. Fabuloso. fabulous in Espanol, fabuloso. Uh, it's yellow, amarillo, but it is not a selection I made, and it's open. Somebody started to use it, but there's plenty of more cleaning to be done around here. But I would just do it myself if I have nothing else to do. But I don't actually want to clean this apartment because every time I see something that I need to move, I need a whole new key because you don't understand what it is to have a home. It's homeless, and I am already homeless, and I am not trying to buy a house or claim a property. I need the key because it's Superior Founder that creates the key and what's inside of the place. That's all I'm looking for the end of my life here. I'm going to decease creation anyway, and you're supposed to come here and offer me keys. And if I say no to them, I might do some cleaning around here. But you can't offer me cleaning supplies from somebody else's keys and tell me I should clean up this place for somebody else, someplace else, and keys that they didn't pay out to myself. Do you see the difference? Do you know what it is to make a debt? Because so far you are really looking after your mental capacity, but every time you do something wrong with your illegal mental capacity, you become elated. Americans are elated. Elated and comfortable. You're elated when you do something wrong because you're in the public and you don't have prejudice to hurt the people around you that are maybe putting the pressure on, but they are not yourself. They don't know what you're going to do. The public is not there to ensure that you can hide your sins and bury them so deep that no one will ever find them and no one will ever know the difference between you and everybody else in public. That's why you have to be very good for God to make a public for you so that God would always make a public for you. So that when you're in the public, you can see God everywhere for the order that it is, but that not that you would say that you love the public or you like the public. You have to be aware of the order and see God in the order, and it's really the presence of God where you are. It isn't really that you could say, well, I like public about the order of alive. You cannot hide your sins in public anywhere God would not find you. The people seem to that they don't know, but God has more time on the public with very many people, and you just don't know how this is going to end well for you. If you didn't, you can't be in the public because I'm alive here, and the public's not really here for my entertainment because you strangers belong in prison.